Welcome, and thank you for joining us for a review of civic engagement at MCN and a preview of what's to come.
At the Minnesota Council of Nonprofits, our mission is to inform, promote, connect, and strengthen individual nonprofits in the nonprofit sector. In 2014, MCN released a new edition of the Principles and Practices for Nonprofit Excellence. The first practice listed under our civic engagement and public policy principle is to promote participation, including encouraging the community to vote. We have done this in a variety of ways over the years. We approach civic engagement as a dynamic and adaptive area of work that depends on the needs of our members.
An early example of our work in voter engagement is illustrated by our foray into voter education. This picture is from a Minnesota Attorney General candidate forum we hosted in 1998 between Mike Hatch and Charlie Weaver, moderated by Robin Robinson. At this time, we were new to civic engagement, as you may be.
In 2003, MCN started the Minnesota Participation Project as a project of the Council focused exclusively on civic and voter engagement. MCN's goal for MPP was to increase nonpartisan voter engagement through voter registration, education, and mobilization. MPP planning meetings started in 2003 with the convening of the C3 table to assess the needs of the sector in voter engagement. MPP officially kicked off ahead of the 2004 election cycle in a large format convening, otherwise known as a party with balloons. There were lots of sector leaders. Can you spot yourself? And everyone got T-shirts with a reminder of this year's elections date.
Over the election years, MCN listened as our members told us where they needed help and spearheaded the development of tools as necessary. One example, our first voter reg in a box. We've trained nonprofits on the do's and don'ts of nonpartisan voter engagement, including how to register voters, and provided them with the resources to get involved. We shared the T-shirts and button stickers and posters with nonprofits across the state, and they showed up at community events to talk with their communities about voting. There were a lot of free materials over the years to encourage people to vote. Literally, trucks full of voter reg boxes ready for convenings where we trained the trainers.
And then it was election day, and MPP was ready for voter mobilization and to get out the vote. We worked with the Courage Center, ARC Twin Cities, and other nonprofits to provide rides to the polls for voters with more mobility or transportation issues. Now these organizations have the tools and capacity to run this program on their own. We worked with neighborhood-based nonprofits to make the elections visible on the streets and raise the day's energy. Now, many organizations do this without us. We even worked the phone lines to make sure people knew where, how, and when to vote on Election Day. And we got the kids involved. We are all about conveying the value of civic engagement from an early age. Aren't those cute volunteers?
And of course, there is cake. There's always been cake, and there will always be cake.
Did you know that Nonprofit Vote used to be the Nonprofit Voter Engagement Network? It started in 2005, and for several years, MCN supported the work of NVEN as its fiscal sponsor and housed its staff in our St. Paul office. Nonprofit Vote is now on its own, boosting the capacity of nonprofits all across the country to participate in voter engagement. We appreciate a strong, ongoing partnership with this important national resource.
So why do we do this work? Why is civic engagement important to nonprofits? Well, we know that when nonprofits participate in civic engagement, they help to build strong communities. By using trusted relationships with communities with low voter turnout, nonprofits have an opportunity to talk to people about the importance of voting in a nonpartisan way. And when people and communities vote, elected officials pay attention. When elected officials pay attention, nonprofits can further their mission through advocacy.
Throughout the years, MPP executed many strategies to reach this goal, from broad educational efforts to working deeply with targeted organizations. At MCN, while our strategies and voter engagement activities change from cycle to cycle, our commitment to civic engagement remains strong. This year, you can expect no different from the Minnesota Council of Nonprofits.
We are hitting the roads, collaborating with our regional coordinators and getting out into greater Minnesota to share information and resources with nonprofits all across the state on voter engagement. Check the website for trainings coming your way, or request one from us for your organization or region. MCN can provide mini grants to support your voter engagement efforts also. We hope to support organizations that collaborate to host voter education events, get out the vote activities for printing, snacks, rental space, or promotional materials. Check out the website for more information.
And speaking of the website, we have moved the MPP content into MCN's main website. Consider MCN's Elections module your one-stop shop for your link to trainings, toolboxes, fact sheets, and connections to other resources. If you have questions, please feel free to contact us directly. And mark your calendars. We hope you start planning for National Voter Registration Day, which in 2014 is on September 23rd. We encourage your organization to consider participating in registering voters that day, maybe your own staff, volunteers, and members of the community. We hope you find a way to participate that works for your organization.
Thanks for being a valued partner in MCN's civic engagement work.